to yet another video. I am Lottie of MU Can Garden, and today it's a little on the frosty side here on this overall nice winter day. We're down to the wire. We've got about 6 weeks till spring. Super excited. I don't know about you. What we're going to do today is plant some seeds. As you can see, I have a lot of the hanging fabric planters on the fence here, and little planters here that are a little on the lonely side, and I've got some plants up top. I want to get some flowers started. We're going to do some petunias and marigolds today. That way they have plenty of time to sprout, bloom, germinate, all that jazz. So when spring hits and we do our vegetables, we have plenty of flowers to really attract those pollinators, especially with the marigolds. Those are the key for me to get, vegetable pollination going. And the petunias, just because I like the way they are, unfortunately, they don't really attract the pollinators, don't seem to like them as much as the marigolds, but having that nice mix does always add a nice touch of color and beauty to the garden and the yard overall. So let's come on over here and let's get started with what I have going on today. Got my mint tea here to stay warm in this cold afternoon. Like I said, we're going to be doing some of our petunias here and our marigolds. And these marigolds here are a French mix. So their colors are varied. They're to be, my understanding is orange, yellow, and even some red tone in there. And then the petunia here is just a mixed colored variety. Again, these aren't so much for the pollinators because sadly they don't like them as much as I appreciate them, but I do want to have those in my garden. I keep all of my seeds, in this fun little notebook here. Everything is in a nice organized manner here. Nothing fancy, just keeping my seeds nice and dry. For today's planting, we are going to be, this is the first time I'm actually using this brand of seed starting mix. I couldn't find what I normally use at my local hardware store, but this has everything we're going to need here to get our seeds off to a good start. You always want something that's light and fluffy so it's not bogging down the seeds and retaining too much water, because we don't want them to be completely waterlogged. We want them to be able to mature as they're sprouting and germinating. What I'm going to do is I have to go get my little tin. I'm going to actually mix the potting soil in a separate tin. Almost like one of those little dollar store tins that you can get to bake, cakes or casseroles or what have you. I'm going to mix it in there, and then I'm going to transfer the soil into the seed cells here, and then I will be adding my seeds to that. If I add the soil and then water it, I don't want to drown my seeds. I just want to keep them nice and moist. And then we will be taking these inside the house, where I'm going to have them in a nice spot where they get plenty of light in conjunction with my grow lights, and they'll be nice and warm because it is a nice whopping 40 degrees out here right now, so a little too cold for these to get going. All right, give me just a moment. I'm gonna go grab a couple of things here. So I just here in my little garden shed, getting my watering can so that I can add the water to our soil mixture there for the starts. Don't need too much, just enough to moisten the soil there. on the table, but with it being so chill, I think I'm gonna move over here to the sunny spot to at least have some touch of sunshine to hopefully warm up a bit. Bring all my stuff over this way here. So I've got my setup here, and just before we get started, just a reminder, if you are enjoying and liking what you're seeing here, please hit the like, subscribe with notifications so you never miss an upload as we are enjoying this journey towards spring here. I've got my soil opened up here, and I've got my baking pan. So what we're gonna do here is just get the soil pre-moistened. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump some of this in here. And I do have a little bit of water already at the basin of the pan here. So I'm just gonna blend this all together here. And this is a nice way too to help break up any big chunks of soil, because you want these little seedlings to be able to get through easily without having their root system struggling to get down. It may be a little hard to see as we've got a little bit of overcast here. The soil is nice and damp. We don't want it sogging wet, just lightly clumped here, which is just what we want. Again, breaks apart nice and easy. So I'm going to now fill my seed starts here. And I'm just gonna press the soil into all of this here. Tamp it down a little bit, making sure we don't have too much air pocket there, but again, giving these guys a nice start. We got so lucky today, no rain. I always love nice days like this when, despite the cold, we're able to get outside and do something in the garden. We're back. Moved our filming inside, being in Washington, zone 8B. Unfortunately, it is a little too cold outside, but that's okay. We got all of our seed cells filled with our soil, having, some more tea, getting all warmed up. And now we're gonna just start planting our seeds. Excuse me. So we are going to start with our hybrid petunia mix here. And the planting directions, as all your seed packs should have. Fortunately, my marigolds don't have a planting instruction. But with the petunias, they say not to cover the seeds, just press them lightly on the top of the soil. They do require lights. You want a good 72 to 76 degrees temperature, which if we were doing this outside isn't gonna happen because it's like 39, 40 degrees right now. And then just keeping our soil moist for best germination here. So what I'm gonna do here, and then I have my little setup here on a table by the window so everything gets adequate light. And I even have some grow lights that I set up on either side of the table so they come on over. My family just loves when I start seeds because I basically take over the dining room until everything gets planted out in the yard. But the petunia seeds are, and I just decided to put the gloves on just because it might be easier to see just how tiny these seeds really are. You can see that there without it getting blurry or anything like that. They're just really, really tiny little seeds. I'm not sure if I can get a good feel with the gloves on there. But you want to try to get, a couple into each cell pack there. And then I'm just, pressing the soil with the seed on it, just to ensure that it makes good contact with the soil. So as it germinates, those roots can just reach that soil and just hopefully really take off. And now we're just going to do the same thing with our marigold seeds. Now I've heard mixed things about marigold seeds. Basically with marigolds, I've been told you can do the same thing as the petunias, lay them on top and kind of just press them in, or that you would actually, lay them in and bury them with just a light touch of the soil. I'm going to kind of bury them a little, not deep, but give them a little blanket of soil there. And then the other thing too is funny that one landed like that, because I've also heard that if you plant them just like that, that'll do it. So you know what? Let's give that a try. Let's just, for fun, see how that turns out. And again, I'm gonna take this glove off because that's just not working so good for me. Let's see here. Yeah, so to my understanding, the root would come out from here and then it would sprout there. I don't know, let's give it a try. Got all of our seeds planted. With the marigolds, I did do 2 seeds per cell pack. And then with the petunias, the seeds are so small, so I think I did a little bit more than 3 seeds per cell. But that's okay, because as they germinate and get bigger, we'll just thin them out as we need to. Now that everything's been planted and the soil is moistened, but I just want to go over the top with a little bit of water to just water them in here. You don't want to do, too much, because again, we don't want anything to be waterlogged. But just making sure that, those seeds are making contact with a good amount of moisture to get that germination going. Now that we've got all the seeds planted, watered in, it is time to cover them with our lid here. And I got these little greenhouse starter kits on Amazon. And the nice thing that I like about these is not only did it come with the cell packs and the seed tray, it comes with the little greenhouse cover. And these are great because they have the little ventilation here, so I can let the air in or keep it closed. But for now, I'm just gonna keep everything closed to allow that to just kind of do its thing here. And then over the next few days or so, as things start developing, then I will open up for ventilation. But these will just snap right over the top of those cell packs. Close all of that up. And that is it for our flower seeds. Now, again, being in zone 8B, as eager as I am to get started with my tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis, and other vegetables, I am gonna give that a couple more weeks before I get started, because I don't wanna be overzealous and get started way too soon, because that's a whole nother can of worms if we're getting started too soon on those things. So we'll get those going in just a couple weeks. But we will be coming back and doing some check-ins on our marigolds and our petunias here, so stay tuned for that next video coming up soon. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have anything to add to what we did here today, any suggestions or what have you, please be sure to put those in the comments section down below. Otherwise, take care. Thanks for being with us today.